Hi, I want to explain to you today about the best behavior chart that I've recently been using. When my kids were younger, I was into using positive reinforcement charts, which are basically you're not paying any attention to the negative behavior, you're just focusing on the positive behavior. So, great job, you were sharing, here's a sticker, or, oh, you said thank you, that's great behavior. And that was really great. What I have been finding is that I have 4 kids. Some of my kids are older and they should already know what positive behavior is, and they do know what positive behavior is, and we weren't having as much success with the positive behavior charts. And I kind of realized that's because they already identify what they know how to say please and thank you, and we were heading into a different territory. So I decided to create what they call a negative reinforcement chart, which I don't like the name of that because it sounds like it's negative, but it's not. Basically what it's doing is I already assume that you're good and you know good behavior, and you may need to get some warnings or some things if you go outside of that behavior and you're choosing to do negative behavior. So you're not reinforcing negative behavior, which is what it kind of sounds like. You're just kind of letting them know, if I see negative behavior, here's what's going to happen. So I decided to create the behavior zone. So as I said, I've been using this for a couple of days, almost a week maybe, and it has been fabulous. It is excellent. So basically all I did is I took a shoebox and I covered it with the 4 colors that we identified, kind of with like, green always seems good, maybe because of like traffic lights. It's green is go, red, and same thing with our anger and mad seems red. So I kind of went with that color coding. I'm a big girl who's a fan of sparkles, and I like anything to make the good zone look even better. So whether you put it with stickers or sparkles as I did, something that sort of promotes, hey, you want to be in that zone. So that's the good zone. Then you have yellow, which again is, hey, listen, I didn't like that tone. Are you sure? And generally with me is that it's not they did something and I say you're going in the yellow zone. I give fair warning. Listen, I don't like that behavior. You do it again, it's going to go in the yellow zone or whatever. And then the yellow. After that, they go to orange, which again is even worse. And if you have finally pushed it far enough, you're going to go in the red zone. If you're in the yellow or orange zone, you are still able to participate in dessert after dinner or game, family game night or whatever fun things that you have going on. If you choose, and these are all choices, then this is what they're going to get to know, is that your behavior is your choice. If you choose to make it all the way to the red zone, you're not going to participate in anything fun tonight, unfortunately, and that was your choice. And they'll see, at the beginning of this, they're going to push a little bit and see like, hey, well, what happens in each zone? So if your kids don't push, then that's interesting. I was expecting my kids to kind of push the behavior a little bit to see if I was serious, and they did push, and Mom was serious. So I had a couple of them end up in the red zone, and they didn't like it there. It's not very much fun in the red zone. So what basically happens is you start out in the green zone. Every day you are in the morning, you guys are good, you know good behavior, so we're all going to wake up in a positive attitude in the green zone. Throughout the day, hopefully you stay in the green zone, but if you choose to act out, put your hands, push or poke at your sibling or raise your voice and with disrespect to your parent or whatever, then sorry pal, you're in the yellow zone. Okay, and it proceeds from there. Basically what's happening to me is I know consistency. I've always been consistent, but I have 4 kids. I'm trying to run a business. I'm doing all of these things, and I became my worst nightmare of where I used to see when I was babysitting people do, where it's like, you're going to go there, you're going to go there, and you're going to go to your room, and I never did anything because I'm trying to do this, do something else, and I wasn't focused. And so really that became much harder on me even. When I came up with the zone, I'm like, oh God, I just don't even like the kind of parent I'm being. I know I'm inconsistent. I know I'm just sort of like not keeping track of everyone's behavior. So this has helped me tremendously because it's very clear cut. And I used to say, kids really like boundaries. We've all heard that. But I always say, I like it to be easy to live in my world. Here are the boundaries. Inside here is super fun. We're going to have a great time. Here are the very, very defined boundaries. You're a kid, so you're going to try and go outside of it. And when you do, you're going to get in trouble because here's my boundaries. I was becoming that parent who, my boundaries weren't very clear. So it wasn't really fun even living inside my world because I didn't really know when I was going outside the world. And, sometimes you got in trouble for jumping on the couch and sometimes you didn't. So I didn't really like that, and it wasn't producing very good results with my kids. Their behavior was starting to spiral out a little bit. So the behavior zone has been awesome. I also have a babysitter, and she likes to take them to the park, as we all do. I like to take them to the park, and she had a great idea. She goes, oh, I'm going to take it like in soccer, where you're like, you got a yellow card, you got a red card. So she took construction paper and cut out just little squares that she could keep in her pocket, and she copied down the faces, the emotions onto the cards. They looked almost identical, almost like a card that looks just like this, and kept in her pocket, so that when she was there, she would just take out the cards and say, hey, there's something very visual for kids. It's what Bright Signs Learning is all about, of the connection when kids see something visually is really, really powerful and helpful for them to understand. So having the cards in your back pocket so you can actually carry the behavior zone with you somewhere is great, and then you come home. So, and again, I do like the idea that, hey, everyone always starts out on green because we're all good and we're going to have a great day. So the morning is very bright, very happy, and it really teaches them we can have a great day in the green, or it's your choice of how you behave. So I think that's a powerful lesson for the kids to learn as well. Like I said, I just used a shoebox. I used construction paper to kind of line my box. As I said, I used glitter because I mean, why not? I love glitter. But you could use stickers. You could just leave it green. But any way that you make it really exciting, I mean, you could glue candy to it. Anything that looks, oh, I want to be in that zone. And then I took, these are just like little shish kebab sticks from the grocery store. And then I had just had the names on top of the little, glued it on the back with their names. So I highly recommend trying the behavior zone. I keep mine on the mantle, just where it's clear. You keep it in the kitchen. Keep it anywhere that works for you. And please comment below if you give the behavior zone a shot and how it's working for you. Like I said, I have been super, super happy with it. And I think my kids have been a lot happier because it's just, like I said, it's very easy to live in the world when you know what the boundaries are. So give it a shot. I highly recommend it.